Financial wellness. Reach out to them for advice at 855-DON-GINO. And now back to your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Welcome back to the second half. That's right, the second half of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, because we're on every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., sharing with you what you need to know, what to know, and should know about real estate, finance, and so much more. Between all the great professionals we've had on for over 6 years now, we've accumulated a lot of great professionals and share them with you every week.
Yeah, and today's going to be really interesting because we're going to give you, stick around because there's the opportunity to save hundreds of thousands of dollars on today's show.
Oh, nice little tease there, Gina. When did you tease?
Only when I have something to tease with.
Because Nella says you never tease.
I'm going to leave that alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So you can join us actually right here at our Vault Media Studios, right here at Skyline Home Loans on Turney Road. That's right. We built our own custom-built studio just for you, so you can see us live. And we have 3 HD cameras, thanks to AP Productions back there, and Jennifer Gerber running the controls. And you can see our very handsome guest, Mr. Lou Esbin, who's been back on the show many, many, many times for a reason. He's also part of America's Professional Resource Group. Actually helped us get that going and get a group of the best professionals we can find, because we realize that you need a group of professionals because you don't know where life leads you, and therefore you need a professional that's going to give you good advice. Is good advice important, Lou?
Essential.
Essential. That's a good word.
Because everybody's gotten bad advice at some point or another.
Thank God.
It keeps you busy, huh?
Yeah. You're kind of like the mop-up guy for all the bad advice.
I am the emergency room surgeon of the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a bleeder. And they bring him to esbinlaw.
That's right.
Well, today it's a little bit different because we're going to talk about, not everybody's in a bleeding state, but some people are carrying on some things from the past,
Yeah,
right?
I think we need to talk about where people are going.
Yeah, where they were, too. They're bringing these things along with them. That not everybody did get great advice, and they've just got these things they carry along. And we're going to go over one of the things that Lou did just recently that's just
I love this because we love to go over real life situations. A lot of times we're not an infomercial. You get a lot of those on the bigger radio stations in LA and stuff. We actually got offered to do that. And we're like, that's not our style. We don't like infomercial. We're not going to tell you interest rate today is this based on this. We'd rather give you valuable information that's going to change your life. And Lou, you do that all the time. You love changing people's life. You work really hard at it as one of the, you first came to us as our bankruptcy attorney, basically. And then we found out so much more. All the knowledge you have, all the other directions you study and know and can help business owners and so much more. So I love today because it's not just about bankruptcy. Right. Obviously, you do bankruptcy. You're one of 144 certified bankruptcy specialists out of 300,000 lawyers. Did I get that right?
That's correct.
Oh, that's pretty good. Don, you're on fire today, man.
Pay attention.
He reads well.
Yeah. Is that on here?
No.
Oh. See? So and what you can tell is Lou's a good dude. He's a really nice guy. He's real, because a lot of people are afraid to talk to a bankruptcy attorney or an attorney in general. Most of the time you reach out to attorneys not because things are going good, but they're a necessary proponent to our lives. It really is these days. We're in a litigious state of all states, and you need a good attorney, and you need somebody behind you. And Lou, you're a good dude to do that.
I appreciate that. The client I enjoy most is the client that comes to me before the poo hits the fan.
Right.
But they don't always do that, do they? And then your hands are tied at times.
And then I have to fix it, and it's like, really?
Yeah. Why'd you do it that way?
Why'd you do it that way? Didn't we talk? What didn't you get? So the client who comes to me ahead of time, I've got a client in Nevada, and they call on me ahead of time. I fly out, we put things together, and everything goes well.
Proactive versus reactive?
I have local clients that do that also. We're just really proactive, and we take everything that I've learned over 35 years of practicing law, and we reverse engineer it, and it becomes sound business legal advice.
I know, but unfortunately not everybody has that sound business legal advice. And today what I want to talk about is we're going to kind of wrap into the mortgage stuff, which we don't always talk about when you're on the show.
Right.
But there are some interesting things that you can and can't do with those pesky old liens. I'm going to call them pesky old liens, POLs.
Well, a lot of people don't, and a lot of you
kind
don't.
of POSs too.
A
But
lot of you out there don't know you can do anything with them.
yeah, well, they're surging right now. Actually, what's happening is most people are forgetting about them, or they choose to forget about them, and they go to sell their house. They put their house on the market, and when they put their house on the market, then somebody says, "Hey, what's this other lien over here?"
Yeah, I'm confirming a Chapter 13 plan tomorrow where the guy got advice not to pay the second. Second came roaring back. I mean, we're investigating the second. There might be grounds to object to it, but you know, they're looking at a Chapter 13 that's basically curing the arrears on the second because they got bad advice, and that's a lot.
Yeah, just because you stopped paying on a second, what you're alluding to is just because you stopped paying on a second and they charged it off and you received a 1099 doesn't mean that they're going to stop collecting. What it means is that they stopped collecting while they thought there was no equity in your home. Now that they know there's equity in your home, they're going back after you.
That's
Wait a minute, that can't happen.
Yeah, like we call them zombie seconds.
Nice. Come back from the dead.
Come back from the dead.
I like that.
Right.
We should do a show all on that.
Zombie seconds.
And we'll do it for Halloween.
We'll do a video.
We'll do it for Halloween.
There
Oh,
you
that'd
go.
be fun.
I
We'll,
like it.
Zombie
we'll dress up and
Sweet.
everything. You know me. Zombie second. Be careful of the zombie seconds.
Yeah, well,
Well,
they're blood sucking too.
Yeah. Well, why don't you guys have been dealing with this together on some of these things. I'll let you guys kind of explain more about what that is and what are the options that are available.
Well, so go ahead, Lou. So
So-
you encountered a client and then you said, "Hey, Gino, can you help this guy?"
Yeah, so Gene and I did a kind of a 1-2 punch. Client comes into me and they make a decent living, and so we thought, let's refinance. So they did a first, a second, and a third, and they'd already gone through bankruptcy. And so Gino was going to tee up the refi on the first and the second.
Right.
And I was going to get rid of the third. And so my job was to get rid of the third, a $290,000.
That's a huge third.
Yeah, it was an SBA.
Oh, okay.
It was tied to a
Okay.
commercial property at some point, or cross-collateralized on his home.
Cross-collateralized home. It was
Business loan.
failed business. The underlying debt got wiped out in a bankruptcy with the discharge, but nevertheless, we had the lien that still rode through on the property. And so my job was to get rid of the third so that Gino can effectively do the refinance without having to deal with the lien.
Yeah. Now, I think what happened was better than we all expected. As we went through the process. Now, mind you, you have to be patient to do these things, right? This is not something that happens overnight. It's a process, not an event. Timing is everything. And you know the exact numbers, but I think that third was $287,000.
$287,000.
Yeah,
And how much did I
and
settle
I
it
think
for?
we were expecting a settlement to come into the $25 to $50 to $75,000 range.
yeah,
Would
we
have been
set it-
good.
It still sounds like a
we
great
would have been
deal.
happy, right?
Yeah.
We set aside $75,000 for it.
You're right. I think I had a estimated closing statement. I sent you with 82, and you were like, "Great, he'll have a couple bucks left over." And sure enough, lo and behold, the note came to $15,000.
How did you do that?
Waved his magic wand.
Look at if you guys if you can go to donandgino.com, you can see live that he's like, I'm not doing
You can
it.
call me at 661-254-5050, and I'll tell you how I did it.
And now we decided to raise our bet. Right.
Yeah, we're going to go after the second.
We're now going after the second.
No way.
Yeah. So now we're going after the second. And
We're
so
doubling down.
now, with careful planning and with the right program in place, you can do all this and still refinance. Okay, but there's only one program that allows
All
you
right.
to do that.
So
be
before
ultra
we
careful.
leave, because a lot of you out there going, wait, it went a little over my head. So clarify who should be talking to you a little bit better, because the listeners right now going,
Well,
can I do this?
There's a lot of people that went through Chapter 7s, not through my office, who still have seconds on their properties. The underlying debt was discharged, so they don't have personal liability, but the house continues to be secured by the loan. Those people should call me. People who have decent incomes, they have some equity, we can be negotiating down debt. We do that a lot. Those are people that should be giving us a call.
Even IRS debt you work on, right? Not
You
your
know,
favorite,
not-
but something you can do?
Yeah, not really. I prefer to work with a tax professional on that. Carries with it its different concerns and whatnot. So when it comes to tax liability, whether it's the SBOE, the Franchise Tax Board, or the IRS or the EDD, I tend to work with a tax professional who we all work together to try to resolve matters.
So basically, Seconds you thought went away that didn't. Zombie seconds.
Zombie seconds.
And any other thing, because this other one wasn't really a zombie second. This actually came carried over from a business debt. Anything that was secured by your home that's no longer in place.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right, good stuff. Again, you're on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We're here with Lou Esbin with Esbin Law. Our chosen business / bankruptcy / whatever we need attorney to help you out, giving you sound advice. Don't go away. I have 4 more segments here of what Bill Lou wants to go over, but we have 1 segment left. So we're going to give you some great information regarding other alternatives you did not know about. And could the credit reporting companies be doing bad? Absolutely. We're going to find out more when we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Don't go away. Last segment's always the best.